Hey guys, Kristen Leak here. Today I am showing you one of my favorite resources for my freelancing clients. Now, if you haven't gotten into freelancing or you're just getting started, you should understand that a lot of your clients will not really know what color they want to use for their websites. And typically I will go off of photos or especially their logo. And again, they won't know what the exact colors are in their logo. And the best way to figure out is to use what I'm going to show you, which is called Adobe Color Cc. So I'm going to go into Google Chrome. You can use whatever you want. This is just my preferred. Adobe Color. Okay, so it's color.adobe.com. And I recommend creating or registering a login name so you can save in the future, which I find to be extremely helpful because you can go back and refer to things instead of having to upload. You'll see as I go into this. Okay, so I've logged in, and the first thing you'll see is the color wheel, and you can play around with this. I don't typically use this ever. You can change the style you want, but everything is going to match, which is cool. So if you say you do not have an eye for color, or I mean, you could be a newbie, like in your eye for color, you know, that's something that comes along the more you design and build things. So this is a great way to get in touch with that and to improve it. But I don't necessarily use the color wheel. I use what's to the right is an icon of a camera, and when you click this you can upload whatever picture or logo. So I am going to find my clients folder, and okay, this is my client's logo, and this is what helped me design their landing page. So as you can see, these little circles with the pluses, that's what Adobe used to pull the color, the most predominant colors in the logo that match, and you can change the variation of it. So the first one starts with colorful, which I like. It's bold, it's bright, and it's what they would like to have because they want something to pop. So that's how I choose it for my client. But say you're doing just a fun side project or your own website, you can go down these other options. So this is bright. As you can see, it didn't change too much besides one of the yellows. And then there's muted, which is pretty nice, calm. And then there's deep, a bit darker, but it still has a small pop of color with the yellow and the almost white. I guess it's about a pearl. Dark. And then there's custom, which I honestly haven't used, so I'm not going to try to explain that to you today. Now, to get the color for the website, I use Chrome developer tools. If you do not use Google Chrome for your web browsing, then you'll have to find another way. I'm sure there's a plugin or something else you can use, but this is my method. So if you do not know what developer tools are in Chrome, there is a keyboard shortcut for Macs. And what you do is you hold down Option, Command, and I, and it will bring up the code on a website. This is, oh my gosh, I was obsessed with this when I first found out about this. I think I learned about this in Coding Bootcamp with Tech Talent South. And yeah, it's totally a lifesaver. Anyways, to pull out your color, I use a Selector Tool. It allows you to select elements on the website you're viewing. So I just hovered over it right now. It's like a little half of a square, and then there's your mouse, or your cursor rather. And then you just highlight whatever color you're interested in. Let's say I want to know what color this deep gray is. That looks really nice. And just you go back down to the developer tools, and as you see, you mostly see HTML in front of you. Well, if you look to the right, you will see CSS, and the first thing right there is the background color, and that looks exactly like what I selected. So right here it shows you the RGB, and let's say I only use hex numbers, or whatever I'm building with requires that, or I just like hex numbers. So to get the hex number from the RGB, just click on the color box, or the color that's in the box, and you'll see the RGBA, and you'll see two arrows going in different directions. Click on those two arrows, and it'll change it SLA, and just keep clicking until you find what you like. So there's the hex number, and I can just copy that, and I'm good to go, and I save it somewhere. And if you want to get out of developer tools, or if it's selecting things like crazy, what I just did was I pressed escape, and then I can just X out. And especially if I have a client that I'm working with regularly, I like to save. So when you save, this is where it's really important for you to register and to have a login name. So you can just save and come back to it. Now, when you look at this, yes, you can name your theme, and also it talks about tags. And I just skipped over folders, but that's pretty self-explanatory. You can put your color schemes in folders. But you can do tags, and what it says about publishing theme to explore, that's referring to sharing it on Adobe with other creators who are building things, and you can see other people's color scheme. I don't really think it's a big deal to save. I typically save by accident. I don't really try to save because I don't really look at that, but I will check that out for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, look at the top. It's your navigation. There's Create, which is what we are in right now, and then there's Explore. You'll click on Explore, and you'll see everything that everyone else has shared, like they have published on the Explore section. And it's really cool if you want to get some inspiration, but it seriously just goes on forever and ever. And I don't typically mess with that again. Oh, I just discovered something. You can find out, you can sort it by what's most popular. What's most popular this week? Okay, navy, bright green, and coral is popular this week. Awesome. And it's kind of like social media where you can appreciate it, give it a thumbs up. You can check more of that out. I don't really use it, but it's pretty neat, you know. And then here's my themes at the top of the nav bar. Just a few of the things I've saved, whether it's for PowerPoint or another client, so forth. And I believe that is it, you guys. I hope this is super helpful. This definitely has always been helpful for me in all my freelancing projects, my side projects, and I hope it's gonna be a big game changer in your development. So have an awesome day. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you like it, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.